Hello everyone, I'm Kako Chrissy. Welcome back to my channel. And today we will examine this Hongshan piece. Let's start over with our 4-point check vehicle to see we follow the process to identify it. And then I want to move on to show you one of very important characters to identify ancient jade. Remember a while ago I talked about the Mr. Wang, the Ming Dynasty expert at the Palace Museum, that story. He answered his student, he examined the piece far away by the analogy, by the qi, the piece aiming out. It sounds very mysterious, right? Couldn't really guide what he's talking about. For most people, you will think about it that way. You say, oh God, I could never understand what's the qi, what he's looking and we don't see. And today, I will try to peel off a layer, the mystery on the top of that. That is about the luster, the shininess on the top. We will talk about this later. This is very important thing to learn jade, ancient jade. But unfortunately, in the Western world, it seems to remain untouched. People really haven't reached this area yet. I will give it a try. So, bear with me. Let's go over with this piece first. Okay, you see this is the jade material. Is those, we already see this kind of a jade is a lightly green, yellowish. It's very, you will see the translucent under the light. You see there? It's good material. And for the stems, obviously you already see on the mains, this part, let me show you. And this part is so deep, I bet it's caused by the fire. And on this side of the body, see the stems, brown, lightly brown, on both sides. And this side deeper too, so it's caused by the same reason. Somehow was a sacrifice to the fire, go through the fire ceremony before it was buried, so caused this kind of a deep. You won't see the light go through. No, this part or sort of damaged already. So that's roughly about the material. We're already familiar with the stain. Yes, we saw this kind of thing before. For those designs, you'll notice, even by this craftsmanship, it's not detailed because of this kind of jade. It's easy to leave. See the whole, that's a bumpy surface on this part. They give you very simple decoration. That's the once because of the jade material. And another main factor for this design is because Hongshan people don't want to disturb the jade's earth power. So they give just a minimum design to decorate the face, main feature, such as this guy. You will see the many they did is circle out the eyeball and the big mouth with a line to indicate his mouth, and the mention is a hair going for backwards, look like it's flying. You see the surface, they don't make the flat, it's all those curved surface, although on the edge is not that thin like we have studied before. This you show the changes of Hongshan people, and see the edge. This is more like a three-dimensional pendant. Could be used like a tool, but without those very sharp, like a dull knife edges. Okay, this thing could be much earlier part of Hongshan Jade. Let me talk about the craftsmanship. We saw the design. You notice those bumpy, the skins, middens. I would say that's the raindrop on the sand beach. Remember, that's the one very important character of Hongshan Jade. Hongshan people grew out the jade piece by the sand and water. They don't really flatten their piece, so left all those surface for us to enjoy, which is very beautiful. On the previous piece, I show you to examine those tiny cracks, holes. Under microscope, you will see the crystals build up on it, and this piece you will see the same. Let me enlarge it. And you see under the mouth, although this piece is not so visible as the previous one, you still can see this. Under the microscope, you will see the crystal formed on the jade surface, layers upon the layers and another layers that's built up by 5,000 years. It is such a beautiful thing to see. So I suggest you look at them under the microscope. You will see how beauty the nature creation is. Okay, let me go back to the regular screen. Here today, I want to talk with you about the luster. Luster is the shiny surface on the jade. You see this? You see when I move little bit, you see the reflecting the light. You may have noticed this the luster appears on all of our jade pieces. This is a very important factor to identify ancient jade, because they sleep underground for thousands years. Once they came out, those air and will create the oxide. Some of them grow under their ground where they have some air, but mainly this shiny part is because they're oxide when they just came out to create it. Is the air oxygen trying to catch up with the jade pieces for the 1,000 years they have been missing. It's a very difficult concept for beginner to understand. That's why last video I suggest look at those lines and the bottom of lines by microscope, you will see the layers of crystal formed there. On the top, you will see a thin layer of shiny thing, make the crystal almost like a white jewelry. That's because this is the layer shiny, the luster. Because of most of this came from experience, years of experience to understand it. And also probably it's difficult for people writing book to explain the color, especially on the top of this luster form, how it's shine, how you look at it, this softly shine surface. Probably that's the reason in the Western world, unfortunately, this remained relatively untalked topic. You remember I told you the Mr. Wang's story? He can tell a piece far away for his Ming Dynasty furniture is authentic or not. Think about what he could see with a distance. So obviously we can see is he sensed the shape, the furniture shape. And then on the top of a furniture, there still have a thin layer, this luster, this shininess. Because of the years, although those furniture is never go underground, be buried for 1,000 years, Ming Dynasty only a couple of hundred years away from us, those furniture was passed on from generation to generation in household. So after years of usage, they will have a form layer for patina. If for the bronze, you will use the word patina, form something like a patina thing on the furniture. So this is the same concept if you apply by the jade. Imagine this jade was buried, it's like a marinade in the ground for thousands years until one day it came out. So there's a form, there's a kind of luster. You think about it, that's the patina on the top of a jade, will make a sense for you, right? Although it's very difficult to talk how it should look, how when you touch it, what does it feel like? I will try my best to put on this luster talk from now on in our pieces, because I realize this is such important. We see jade from far away, we know it's good or not. So that's because, of course, I see the shape. Let's say we have went through a bunch of Hongshan Jade pieces until now. You will get a sense what the Hongshan people called beauty. What's the beauty they want to express on their jade pieces. So if you understand this, such as their mysterious feeling, they want to play with their light and their imagination, like this piece, they just curve out the head, but you see vividly a dragon is there with the tail. So with the head to tail, the whole body is here. So if you understand what they believe, like this piece, they want to preserve the earth's power of a jade. So they just give you a mimicum decoration Mostly this piece, like most pieces we have seen, is untouched. You see there. So if you understand the basic sense of Hongshan people, their thinking, their thought, their belief, their preference, I believe you can tell by pieces, just by their design alone, probably 95% things won't pass your examination point. And the next 5% is, which is very important also, is kind of say 5%, 4.5%. We leave some room. So is another 4% is by this luster. This luster, this shininess, this soft shininess, and just enjoy this beauty. This build up this eyes to read them, need time. Just need time, practice, and you have to think. I don't want you take in what I said, and it won't become your knowledge. You have to base on what I said here. What I said here, you go through your mind, you think about it, you say, what does it mean? If you don't understand, read more book, go to a museum, and we talk through the channel. I will help you, but very, very important, don't take in any kind of information from anywhere without thinking by yourself. Build up this habit to think. I think that's the really essential to reach the truth, to find out the true beauty. I can't tell you the whole truth. It's no way to express this by language, especially by my third language. It's no way to tell you the whole thing, but I can guide you step by step. You will get the sense. You will figure out getting closer to the truth, to enjoy the beauty of Hongshan Jade. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you next time.